Hello? Hello?
Hi.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Good evening.
Okay. Emanso,
Yes, I'm on.
you are welcome, ma.
Thank you.
How
It's
has
been a while.
Yes, actually, it's been a while. Now coronavirus cousin.
I tell you.
Let's blame coronavirus for everything, including world hunger.
But that is what is causing the hunger and everything.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So, by the way, this presentation is being recorded. So, after the presentation, anyone that still needs some information can come up and get the details on the recording. So, you're all welcome to this penultimate meeting, because there's still going to be a final meeting after this. And the whole point of this final task is to help us to work on and improve our presentation and persuasion skills. You may find yourself in front of some very key stakeholders that you need to persuade. So it's been said that sometimes speaking skills can go a long way. So having said that, the final assignment basically consists of 3 parts. You are expected to design your PowerPoint. You are then expected to present your PowerPoint, and then afterwards you upload your PowerPoint in no particular order. So for today, we are going to be discussing the design of the PowerPoint, particularly to the requirement of the University of Washington course. So I will be sharing my screen so that I can just take you through it. Can we all see the screen? Hello? Can we see the screen?
I can see the screen.
I can
Yes,
see it.
I can.
All right.
Yes, I can see.
That's great. That's great.
You are using your phone?
No, I'm using the laptop.
Okay.
All right, great. Okay, so this is just to a recap. This is on your website, on your course website. All of you can have access to this. You can just read it on your own. But just as a recap, the leadership journey or persuasive speech, they are both presentations. So the task is to create and deliver a short presentation. That is the whole task. Now, this number 1 here is the leadership journey. That's the instructions for the leadership journey. You tell the audience a little bit of your own story. You tell the audience who you are, who has influenced your life, to what part and how, where you wish to go in life, and how you will get there, what concepts from the class have resonated with you. You can go in any direction with any idea, in any manner and in any order. It's just a little bit of your own story. That's what the presentation does. Now, you could choose this, or you could go for the persuasive speech, which simply means that you present an issue you care deeply about and you wish the audience you care about as well. So you have to be really passionate about the issue, and it will have a single message and make a clear request for the audience. So there is like a call to action. That's what it's called. You have one message and you have a clear call to action. So you want your listeners to do something. So that is the persuasive speech. You can see here, the point of the assignment is to give you practice in public speaking. It's to be presented in the last week of the class, which is what we are entering, and no more than 5 slides. Very important. Only 5 slides. One of the slides must be a photograph or an image. So some type of picture. Right. So these are some other antecedent details. This is for those who are independent participants. They get to record their PowerPoints and submit on the website, but we are presenting ours as part of a group. Okay, so now I'm sure we all know what this is. Is there anybody that doesn't know or has not used PowerPoint before? Okay, I will take the silence to mean no. So you just come to your PowerPoint. You could actually use other presentation software like there's this open software. So it doesn't have to be PowerPoint. Even PDF, whatever you can use to create your slides. So this could like my issue for you, created by Pius. And then you create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here, I want a picture. So I can, let's see, no, let me go online. So what am I, and I want to, all right, so maybe it could be anything. I could say that this is an example of a young lady who has been affected by VVF. So I put her, say VVF, and I save. So I go back to my PowerPoints and I open VVF. All right, so my issue for you is VVF. So I will say that VVF is a problem. So my call to action is donate 100,000 naira to my NGO. All right. Thank you. Voila. Of course, I hope you know that it's not going to be this simple. Sorry, I'm not getting off that easy. This is just to demonstrate the basic rudiments of what the university is expecting of you. Let me show you some examples from past participants. I hope I have them somewhere. Let me check. All right, let's see. LMIH 2017. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, no. Come on. Okay, final. Great. Aha. So please, this is just for teaching purpose. I don't expect any of you to copy anybody's assignment here, okay? If I see any evidence of plagiarism here, that person will be banned. Remember the university policy on plagiarism. So this is just for example purpose, okay? So this is an example of by Dr. Onuchukwu. This was way back in 2017. So his issue was communication. He was talking about communication. He wanted people to, this was probably a persuasive speech. So he said communication is key. So he gave the point of listen, pay attention, and perceive, respond verbally or non-verbally. Seek first to understand and be understood. So he was just giving some key concepts on communication, even about influence without authority, which is another form of communication. He also wanted to emphasize building your reserves in emotional bank accounts, listening, pay attention to details. And then, of course, he used this as an example. To know someone's specialty, just look for the shoes. So looking at different forms of, fashion wear is another kind of communication. So when you see this, you know this is a pediatrician. When you see this, you know this is an anesthetist. So this was his own example of persuasive speech. And of course, he got his full marks. So there was no any, so this was another participant who talked about environmental sanitation, persuasive speech. So this, at the time, we all met in person. So we got PowerPoint, we got seats and everywhere. Everybody sat down and we all presented to each other live. But we will be doing Zoom presentation, which I will show you how to do if you don't know how to do it. So he gave some discussion on communicable diseases, talking about one of the problems in our country, and then he gave some pictures. Look at these are very, very striking pictures, and you can see that these pictures are in line with his message. They are in line with the message. And of course, other examples of problems with environmental sanitation. And then, of course, this perhaps is the core. He's talking about provide potable running water. And that was his own presentation. One more example, and then let's see this one. Aha, this is a nice one. Hand washing saves lives. Clean your hands. So why should you clean your hands? I'm sure the guy knew something was coming in 2020. That was why he started talking about cleaning your hands in 2017. So clean your hands as a caregiver, a worker, or a person involved in patient care. Okay, this is what clean hands can help you to avoid all these illnesses, blah, blah, blah. And then my 5 moments for hand hygiene, which comes from the WHO. Of course, this is what he now went to do a demonstration of hand washing. He actually did it right there while we were watching. So this is just to give us an idea of what the university is expecting us to do. Now, if we are ready with our 5 slides, 1 picture, persuasive speech ready to go, on the day that we select, we need to select a day. And remember that your presentation is 5 minutes on the dot. So you will be timed, and once your 5 minutes is up, you will be stopped. So make sure you get through your presentation to the end. You will now come, on that day, we will be on Zoom like this, and then you will come to share. So you will see the share screen button on the screen, and then you now click on the share screen, and then you now select the screen of your device, either your phone or your laptop. And once you do that, then your presentation will now be shared with everybody else. Then you can now go through the presentation. So once you share the screen, then you can now do your presentation. Finally, talking about uploading, you know your module 11. You come to your module 11. This is module 11, as you can see. It's just module 11 wrap up. After you've done all the videos and all of that, you come to your assignment, and that's where you click on assignments. And once you click on that, you can now go to submit. Okay, I think for us that are not doing the course itself, I'm just a facilitator. I don't think I have the link to submit the assignments. So it's just you guys that have that link to submit the assignments. But I'm sure we don't have a problem with that, since we have been submitting our ILP. All right, so submit assignments. So you will see this submit assignment button there, and then you can now click on that, and it will take you to, yes, this window. And you can choose if you want to upload a file or you want to enter text. You just copy and paste, but I think you would want to enter a file because it's on PowerPoint. All right, so that is how you submit your assignment. Okay, I think we've come to the end of that orientation. If there are questions, now would be the time to ask them. So I will stop the sharing now so that we can address the questions. 2 participants have raised their hands. So let's have your questions. Go ahead.
Dr. Pius, they said 5 slides. If you have 6 slides, any offense?
Yes, I think it's an offense.
Okay,
because
so I need to reduce
5,
it to 5.
yes. They say you can have more than 1 picture. You can have 2 or 3 pictures, but they say at least 1 picture and maximum 5 slides. Yes.
Maximum.
Now,
okay.
But you know, what happened was many people asked whether the title page qualified as a slide.
Exactly.
So, well, plus or minus, we really didn't know, but most people, title page was included as a slide.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Yes. So,
okay, thank you.
Who's next? Ernest, can you go ahead?
Good evening. My question was similar to hers. I wanted to know if the title slide is inclusive of the 5 slides.
Yeah, to be safe, I think it's better you include it.
Okay.
Yes, include it as one of the slides, yes. Okay.
Okay. And you mentioned that a day is going to be picked on which we would give our presentation, right?
Yes.
Okay. But we are supposed to submit the assignment before that day is given, right?
The deadline for submission is 5th of July, sorry.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was tomorrow morning. All right, thank you.
Well, yeah, it's tomorrow morning that it's due, but there is a
grace.
A week of grace. If you check the assignment, it's there. 1 week of grace, yes.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Okay, Ted, all mics muted.
Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I'm trying
Okay,
to put it
yes,
on
I can see your
slideshow.
screen. Yes.
Sorry. Okay. I'm starting now. So I'm presenting a persuasive speech, and it's titled The Library Project, Promoting the Reading Culture. Now, Nigeria has a low literacy rate. If you look at the chart, you can see the literacy rates for different age categories. But then there's a difference. It's worse among the females. There's also a high percentage of rural dwellers who do not have any formal education. Even though we don't have statistics to show the difference between urban and rural in Nigeria, there's a wide disparity among, from what we can see, there's a wide disparity among literacy levels between urban and rural areas, as seen in non-school attendance and school dropout rates, as well as educational investments and quality of teaching. These are all lower in the rural areas. A lot of benefits can be gotten from being literate, such as improved self-esteem, empowerment, creativity, and critical reflection, among other things. Now, why should we set up a library in a primary school in a rural area and encourage a girl child to attend? If we do this, we'll help to promote a reading culture and also improve literacy at an early age, improve students' learning outcome, introduce our children early to e-learning. The library can be a place for social interactions, for raising responsible children because they borrow books, keep them safe, and return them. We can also help to bridge the gender gap, and it's a way of giving back to our society. Now, I don't think we'll not have challenges. There could be non-acceptance by the community. How do we maintain a librarian? How do we maintain steady supplies like books, functioning computer, pay the bills? Well, I've tried to provide some solutions, but I will not mind help. We should make sure that the community is engaged and they participate. There's ownership by the communities. We should reach out to donors. Donors can give us cash or kind, and we should ensure regular supervision, coaching, and mentoring by the older people in the schools, the teachers, the librarians, and volunteers. I remember as a child how I was transported to different worlds, to space, how I visited magic lands, enchanted forests. I interacted with aliens. I understood what it meant to have a bottled leopard. I don't know how many of you read those books. I traveled to South Africa, met Shaka the Zulu. In other words, I saw the world. Let's give our children, especially those in the rural area, something to help them experience the world through the eyes of books. Thank you for listening.
Oh, beautiful. Oh.
Wow. Round of applause. Applause.
Thank you.
Very nice presentation. Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. My head is swelling.
Yes, and
Oh, I'm bought already.
yeah, and within time as well. Well done. Congrats.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you all, and see you on Tuesday. I hope we'll all be ready by that Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
All right.
See now.
Okay.
Should I press?
Yes, go ahead.
Please. Yeah. Now for us, can we upload presentation on the canvas?
Yes. You can upload, yes.
Thank you.
Once you've taken our feedback and modified your presentation according to the feedback, yes, you can upload.
Yeah, I've made my 5 slides.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Rest well. Get ready for work tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great
Thanks,
week.
site coordinator, Dr. Ameh.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.